Here we are again. Tom Hanks has coronavirus.
And his wife, Rita?
And his wife.
Correct, yes.
What is she in?
I don't
Is she an actress?
She is
I think she's
also,
an
I
actress,
believe.
yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know any movies offhand.
I was told that Tom Hanks got it from Jenny.
And now
little
he's
whore.
quarantined to his island with Wilson.
But this is really getting out of control.
It's getting
I
pretty
don't know.
crazy out there. I don't know.
I'm not going to say I'm getting more scared, but the hype is certainly getting higher. And I'm still kind of at the point where it's like, I don't really give a shit.
Yeah.
I get it. I don't. But it's like I get so many mixed reviews on if it's actually serious or not. I don't really know what to believe anymore. Right?
It's kind of where it's hard to find like factual information on what the possibilities are or things like that. Because like as you said, like I'm not really afraid of getting it either. Like if I do, okay, no big deal. I'm pretty sure I'll be fine.
Yeah.
But it seems like with everything shutting down, like they must know something that I don't know. You know, like that. It,
See, I've like, from what I've seen, it's like if you're under 50 and you get it, say you get it, which obviously is like right now it's probably like a 0.2% chance, 0.2% chance you get it, but obviously it could go up. But from what I've seen is that if you get it and you're under 50, your survival rate is 99.7%.
Right. There's another factor you're not thinking about, which is negative to me and you.
Health. We're healthy enough.
Thickness.
Well,
no, it's directly old people and thick people.
It didn't say fat people.
Hey, thick people.
He wants to add that. He wants to add that in there.
People with different health issues or pre-existing conditions.
No, because there's an expert on Joe Rogan, which you guys probably didn't see it, but I'm pretty sure.
Why are you holding that remote?
It did, yeah. I think like people with diabetes and stuff like that, yeah.
You don't think I'm diabetic?
Well, I mean,
I bet I am.
obviously, the skinnier you are, the healthier you're going to be, which you have a better chance of surviving this. But I mean, you look at Italy shut down. We have around our area, even though we haven't had many cases. Right now we have 3 confirmed cases in Wisconsin. I think.
No, 8.
It's more.
Eight?
It's
we
going
have
up
8.
substantially.
Okay, so
but Is this okay? Is this going to be a virus where you get it, you get rid of it, you're good?
Yes, for the most part, yeah.
So is it really better that not everyone just gets it if they're going to get it anyway? Because it's going to get out. It's just a matter of time.
Well,
right?
I guess
so why don't they just keep
is it
everything
like
open?
chicken pox where you can't get it again if you got it?
No, I don't know about that, but like I guess
your body obviously fights it probably faster.
I guess like it's not as concerning if you're a healthy younger person, but you have to remember to think about, though, that just because you're healthy doesn't mean that then you wouldn't carry it to somebody else that is immunocompromised who wouldn't be able to handle it. And a lot of people have it and don't like show symptoms of it even, or even if they do, you can have it for up to 2 weeks without showing symptoms. I mean, think of all the people you come into contact with in 2 weeks that you could spread it to without even having known that you had it.
Well, and I think that's the problem is you have, it's going to, probably everybody until they find a vaccine is going to get it some way or another. I mean, even if it's because I've seen that you can have it for 2 weeks but not have any symptoms at all.
Right.
And you just don't even realize you have it because your body already fought it off. So, I mean, it's, that's the thing is like, I think it's like China or whatever, or maybe it's Italy is having 10,000 people in ICU for quarantine. But like China is testing 10,000 people a day on it. And they've had how many deaths have they had? There was over 200.
Where? China?
2,000?
Oh, thousands. They've had,
was it?
But I mean, that was on such a much larger scale than us here. I mean.
Well, and that's the thing. And it's like, so are we blown out of proportion? Maybe. Are we?
Is this the apocalypse? Is this what's going to end mankind?
I don't think
that movie Outbreak or whatever?
No,
like
and it does
should we be getting into the cellar?
Yeah.
No,
buying our survival
however,
food?
though, but because of everybody's panic and things like that, like which as of a few days ago or a week ago when this whole like toilet paper shortage thing started, and it's kind of funny, like, and especially because it's like I didn't understand it at first, like. The symptoms are coughing and
it's like flu.
A fever and shortness of breath or whatever. And I was like, well, what the heck does that have to do with toilet paper? But then it was explained to me, well, people are afraid this stuff is going to start shutting down. You won't be able to get those things. And it's true. I mean, everything like
to an extent.
Well, no, but I mean that people aren't able to get it now because people went out and bought it all up.
Well, that's the thing. If you're getting if you're getting hand sanitizer and you buy 30 bottles of it, well, that means other people can't use it,
right?
Or like, because you're not going to, even though you bought 30, you're probably not going to use 30 bottles of hand sanitizer. So you're going to get it anyways because the people that couldn't buy it, are going to get. There was somebody from Shields the other day told me that somebody came through the line and bought $250 worth of MREs.
Wow.
So, I mean, that's how people are taking this. So they don't know.
Well, and it's like, yeah, I mean,
and if something does happen
with anything, a bad snowstorm is coming. People want to stock up if they won't be able to get out of their house for a while, kind of a thing, which I understand. But at the same time, I think it's on that front been taken too much to an extent. And then other things like I said to Kellen today, like we have everything we would need, but like we just need to literally do our normal grocery shopping. Like tomorrow, we haven't been grocery shopping in a while, and thinking like, well, should we just get some extra like canned goods to have around? I mean, I'm not really worried about that kind of stuff. I think we'll all be fine.
Pizza Hut and Arby's will still be open. I'll be fine.
Well, right. the hard part, I mean, like even my work.
You might actually have to go get it yourself, though.
Yeah,
the delivery might,
I mean, like even my work, though, like they said, hey, because a bunch of companies are obviously like saying, like, I mean, my brother-in-law, he can't have the communal popcorn, the coffee pots, even with the the water fountains and stuff, or he had to bring his own fork to work today. Because, I mean, they didn't, and their parent company's Italy, but they don't get much from there. And so that's the weird thing. Like my work said, hey, we're still running things as normal, but I have to go to places. Well, if they shut down, I can't go to them. So like, it's like for me, it's pointless then if for work, Yep.
So this could be an interesting topic actually to go along with this. We kind of touched base on this earlier, but is this going to be an economic problem now?
Yeah, I think it already is big time.
Okay. Now with that being said, is this going to affect the housing markets substantially? Stuff like this. Now, in great crisis, there's great opportunity. So we were talking before, all of a sudden this housing market, and this is getting real deep here, but it could possibly happen. It happens all the time. Stock market crashes, housing market goes down, and everyone panics. But instead of doing that, you should prepare to buy a house for cheap, or buy a business for cheap. These restaurants, a really good friend of mine, is just chef, lost his job because of this stupid thing.
See, really? I think so. I think there's two sides to this. Okay, obviously the housing market, and I think how it depends on how long it lasts. First, obviously, the second part I think in regards to it is it's so spread throughout the world that it might not affect. It might the economy might bounce back right away. Because it's not just the United States economy is crappy right now because of this, or China's economy. It's literally everybody's is having to shut down, other than the places that don't really matter, and some of those even have to shut. So I think that's the thing is, if it was just the United States that was having this problem right now, I think it'd be one thing. But since when it gets solved, it's probably going to be across the whole world that it gets solved. Mm-hmm. So then everything's going to go back to normal. It's just going to take a little bit. Like obviously the stock market's going to have to take a little bit to rebound.
Well, that's the only reason I bring it up, because I know you two are looking at houses right now.
Right.
And it's like, it's almost a great opportunity.
And that's why you always wonder, how is it going to affect? Is it going to at all?
That's why almost play it by ear. And it could affect your house now, right? The housing market crashes, and I know you want to sell your place eventually,
right?
And then you guys get the bigger place.
The only good thing is that we want a bigger place,
exactly.
So if that's cheaper. As long as
if you lose 20% on yours and 20% on that giant house,
we're actually making
money. You're making a lot of money.
So that's the thing about it is, okay, you give and take, and our house is expensive right now, so you're not going to lose that much. Yeah. So, but that it is a weird time to look in Italy, they're on lockdown. They aren't supposed to leave their area. This one woman I was watching this video, she's literally walking through one of the biggest towns where it originated, that what is it, Huan or Hutan, wherever.
Well, that's in China.
Yeah, that's where she was walking through.
Wuhan or Wuhan.
Yeah, Italy, and then I said China after. Okay. So like, yeah, it was where it started, and she's walking through the middle of town, and she's like, "There's how many millions of people that live in this town, and I'm literally walking down the middle of the street right now. That's how shut down like that is too, and that's, and then like for our side, you get the sports the sports thing.
Well, what's your take on that? Is that a good thing? Is that
That's
a bad thing? Is that overreacting? Well, I know they're going to limit it to just family.
Well, I think,
and then now it's.
I think it all started with so I think sports would have kept going on.
There's one player that got it, wasn't there?
Now it's two on the same team on the Utah Jazz.
And that's just for the NBA though. But
yeah, but I think all the sports would have kept going on when it's like that. Like it was like the NCAA would still have their tournament in place, I think, with limited family and stuff, if the NBA players would have never have got it, or a major player never have got it. But once that happened, then they're like, holy crap, this can actually like spread throughout the sports, and now all of a sudden you have these players that are playing with each other all the time, and now that's going to spread, and then it's just going to get bigger and bigger. And when you have the NCAA tournament, you have 64 teams that, and like you said, you might not know the symptoms for 2 weeks. So I think I think the NCAA, even though I hate it that all these places are canceling sports because that's what I watch, like I think they're doing the right thing, because it's like, what are you gonna do? Like you can't have all your NBA players sick. You can't have because even if you'd have to cancel the games anyways if their whole roster has to sit out. Yeah. Because they have flu symptoms and stuff like that.
I don't really know what I think of it. I said, I still think it's a huge overreaction.
I hate it as a fan.
It might not be. I don't know.
Yeah, and
I'm not knowledgeable enough to be honest.
And that's the hard thing. I think, especially with the NCAA, those people have kids' lives in their hands. Of saying whether it means that they're gonna, not die, but that they're gonna get sick. And it's like now. All the colleges are going online. Some high schools and elementaries and stuff are going extra spring break. But then you wonder, how is it going to affect the schooling? Because if you can't go online in an elementary school, you know what I mean? You can't really, a lot of high schools and stuff aren't set up like that. So you got to say, okay, are we going to cancel school, and do they have to declare an emergency for it? Or, how does that really work?
Yeah, it'll be so interesting to see how everything plays out. And obviously, you don't want it to get any worse. No. You don't want anybody to be sick or affected by it, but I am just so interested to really see what they're gonna do.
I just want the real information.
Me too.
It's like you know what I mean, because no one really knows.
Because the media blows it out of proportion.
Yeah,
even
no
if
one
it
really knows. Is it the flu?
Is
that what it is? Is it just the flu?
I was under the impression it really wasn't that bad to have it, but then I read about people who did, and they said no, it is. I don't know.
But the thing is, I think if you broke it down and you replaced coronavirus, like if you were reading an article and you replaced coronavirus or that COVID-19 with the word flu, people wouldn't freak out as bad. Literally, because they're like, and that's what I think is.
Is this an election thing? Because I heard a lot about
every
that.
Every time there's an election.
Every election is a new.
And so I think the problem with it is you have all these people saying, okay, the media, whether the media is right or not on what they say, even if it is something that we're supposed to worry about, they're going to make it 10 times worse. Yep. And that's the hard thing is what's true. Yep. And so I don't know. It's going to be a weird next couple weeks to see what actually happens, but I don't know.
I'm not worried.
Well, you don't have to go anywhere.
Yeah,
either,
I'm not worried. I'm worried for other people,
but I'm not worried either.
Mostly just very interested. I just wondering how this is all going to play out.
Yeah, same.
Well, because I said if you look at a grocery store, right? Even if you had to go lock down for the cities. Yeah, the grocery store would still have food and stuff, but at the same time, after they run out of that food, the vendors still have to come to there, and they're not going to let the vendors, come there.
And that's a big thing.
Yeah, and so that's the part about it is that I think it's, you have all these pieces that can't, or a machine breaks down at the vendor or at the, at the grocery store, and all of a sudden now you need somebody to fix it, but you can't let anybody in, or people aren't supposed to travel. So
I don't know, man.
I mean, you think about it.
I feel like we've been, as a country, as a world, we've been through things like this before. I've never remembered anything where we're shutting down and stuff like this, which is why it's confusing to me, because the information that I have seems to me that it wouldn't warrant such a drastic response, but that's what's happening. So then I'm confused as to, it does seem more serious. So like I said, just interested.
Do you guys think that when we look back in 10 years, even maybe 20 years, we'll look at this time and think, what the hell were we scared about?
Well,
or
it depends on what
you
happens
with
it.
it. Dead,
that's
man.
what
I
I'm
was going to
saying.
say, who knows?
Or do you think that it will be like, man, that thing literally altered our life for the rest of, if we are still alive.
My guess is it's going to be pretty stupid, but I don't want to speculate.
Because it's like, I mean,
every 5 years down the road, I'm on my deathbed. I thought, that was a pretty stupid podcast.
Well, like bird flu, Y2K,
I don't know.
all that stuff. You look back at Y2K and you're like, wow, were we idiots?
But kind of like you said, though, like these drastic measures they're taking kind of makes you wonder if they know something everyone else doesn't at the same time.
Right.
That it is more serious.
But I guess,
it is more contagious. Or I don't care about the contagious part, but it is a lot more life-threatening than it's.
Well, it is more
people
contagious,
are making out
is
to
what
be.
they say, too.
Because, I remember, and, every few years, there's some big epidemic that comes through or whatever, and maybe to different degrees. But I remember, I think I was a freshman in college and living in the dorms when we had the swine flu, H1N1. Was that the swine flu?
I think so.
And everybody at my school was getting sick, but everybody everywhere was getting sick. It was a bad flu. And but it was just a flu, just a different type of a flu, and I got it. And previous to myself getting it, they were sending people home, sending them back to, their parents' house. They had to stay there, whatever. Well, then after so many people were getting it, they quarantined us they didn't let people go home. It wasn't like a law or a mandate or whatever. Just like our campus said, if you have it, don't go home, stay here in your, we're all sick here, stay here.
Right.
But that was like a small scale, more of a small scale compared to this. That was just like my dorm told me to stay there, and I stayed, and I got sick. 2009 or 10, whatever.
So, I mean, you look at it, even though internet was still pretty prominent and stuff then, nowadays it's so I remember.
No, internet then is way different than it is.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It was so prominent, but I had a flip phone, so I wasn't getting something up to date right away. Now it's you get,
because I would totally agree with that. I mean, maybe the information or maybe the actual illness is totally different too, but the way in which we get our information
it's
now,
right away.
It is the reason
it's
for all the
panic.
panic.
The way we blow things out of proportion is so much easier now.
But because it's easier to incite the panic and people because
we're at this
that's
age.
What sells. That's what sells.
We're at this age where getting a rise out of people is more. More fulfilling to people
than actually giving real information and helping people.
Exactly.
Because, I know on Anchorman, right? So with Ron Burgundy, they always did, I mean, obviously that's a comedy movie, but they always did where it was, oh, good news, good news, good news. Well, then they switched to, hey, bad news sells. Well, now all of a sudden you get, how often do you go on news and it's something good? It's everybody's always happy, oh, wow, I love when you guys do good stories.
Right.
It shouldn't be that way. It should be hey, most of the news is good stories, and then they should be shocked when you do one bad story.
Right. Because good stuff isn't as interesting. I mean, you think about gossip.
Everybody loves it.
Everybody oh my God, I know this new information, blah, 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 blah. And you can't wait to tell somebody when you hear something juicy. It's never something good that somebody did. Oh my God, did you see this nice man helped a lady across the street? That's not what you gossip about. You gossip about something bad. And
Kellen beat me in a race. Never say that.
Right. This is... and so this is the same thing, but on just such a blown up scale. And it's honestly to the point. And so I'm on spring break this week, and it's kind of an interesting, talking about this whole school dynamic and stuff, having been removed this week from that situation, not being at school. And to be honest, we have staff all over the country and all over the world right now on vacations because leaving. No, I mean, just like, and so I'm on vacation, and so I have the like availability to be looking like at my phone more frequently than I do when I'm at school, and not proud of it, but when I get bored every few minutes, that's what I do. Open it up, flip through Facebook for a couple minutes, whatever.
Well, everyone does.
Well, right. It's kind of the norm now, which I should work on. But my point to all that is that every time over the past 3 days, every time I've opened up my Facebook, there has been some new update about a new case, new something closing, something shutting down. It is the only thing that's being talked about.
The media hears it and runs with it.
Right. And the fact that there are all these things to be talking about. Like, I mean, that is real news of something shutting down.
Yeah.
But like it's so constant right now. It just that.
But I wonder
I can see how some people who don't stop to think can get in a panicked state very easily when they're fed all of this very dramatic information.
And what's funny to me is that in this day and age, everybody tries to shine a bright light on everything. Everything's great, encourage everybody on everything. But you still have these situations where they still love that drama. They still love, hey, what's the negative? What's the negative? And obviously this is something you need to talk about because it might hit you or your family or something like that. Like I have, we have 2 young nieces and a young nephew, and it's like, and you do too. And it's like, and that's the thing is, but they're saying babies are more immune to it than adults that are over 50, and that have a weak immune. I mean, from what I read, there was a person that was 104 years old that survived it, so I mean, it is feasible, but then you say, okay, well, can they get it again? You know what I mean? Because then it would just be a reoccurring cycle.
I don't know. I'm over it.
I know.
Honestly, it
kind
of gets annoying.
Yeah.
Some memes are pretty funny.
Some memes are funny. I have the worst sense of humor. I'll probably go to hell for it.
First of all, she doesn't understand all the jokes that go.
Okay, most of them I do.
When she does,
I like joke. How literally the nicest person in the world. I'm probably going to hell for it.
Yeah.
Okay, I think I'm not a very sensitive person. Like, I think things are funny, like take a joke.
It's okay to have crude humor and dark humor.
Okay, good. Because so here's my favorite one.
Says, okay, good. Like Austin's the one that tells you if it's all right or not.
Take it from me. It's okay.
My moral compass over there. Yes.
I'll point you in the right direction.
Yeah. We'll get my favorite one. And being from Wisconsin makes it more funny for any of you who aren't from Wisconsin. So it was like just a statement that said only 12 people in the U.S. have died from the coronavirus so far, which who knows if that's a up-to-date statement, whatever. But anyway, only 12 people in the U.S. have died from the coronavirus. And then it said, Jeffrey Dahmer ate more people than that.
Yeah, well,
it's true.
I thought it was
so okay, that I saw that meme too, obviously. Yeah. But so my stepdad is horrible at he thinks he's funny when he writes stuff on Facebook. So this was his response to that. How many did he eat? That's what he thought. And I called him.
He really wants to know.
And I called him. I said,
really
what is that? He goes, I thought it was pretty funny. I was like, what? That's your joke?
Yeah. The reason is because he says it with his own tone.
I know.
His own,
and it's like, and he thinks that people realize it in it, like how he's trying to text it.
Yeah, and I could hear him saying that, like in a.
Oh, yeah,
just
like
his
100%.
Like quick little snippet adding, which is funny.
But it's like, if you don't know, really know, you're like, the hell's he talking
about?
And
I don't think there's a real I don't think there's a real answer
how many he ate
to that, because I don't think he ever gave like a full. I mean, I think we have an idea, but I think there's always more that he didn't talk about.
Did you do the other joke that you saw?
Okay, so then the other one was another Jeffrey Dahmer one.
This one she loved.
It was like, it's pretty good. It was like a conversation. So it said like the CDC, and then this is what the CDC said. It's like, no more handshakes. And then it says Jeffrey Dahmer, and like in parentheses says, stops blender. Aw.
That was. You're right. You're probably going to hell.
Yeah, like
so that one's pretty good though. Like,
that was pretty rough.
I was like, and that's the thing. Like now,
that one's better if you read it, if you actually see it instead of
But
hearing
that's
it.
the thing, though. You have to like have humor in this stuff.
Right.
Like, I mean, I'm in a pretty, like, I guess, bad meme group that has a ton of these going through them, and it's hard to keep up with them with how. I mean, that meme group is on top of memes like crazy. Like, hey, if it's something that's going to be offensive to somebody, we're going to make a meme on it, and so.
And the worst people are the people that get upset about memes.
Oh yeah, like it's a joke.
Or just like okay,
about
you're right.
anything.
You're right. This might affect you personally because let's say you've had, for this instance, you had coronavirus.
Yeah.
It's like just fuck off.
Well, it's like
don't be that person.
Everybody
ever.
like I mean,
I would give a shit less.
Well, I mean that's the thing.
I know. If anything, it makes it you have the right to be even funnier about it.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. I love people that have lived through something, and they enjoy and make fun of it.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, there's the people that go on those, like, America's Got Talent and stuff like that have, like, some type of disorder, and they make fun of it. Because it's like, make light of what your situation is. And obviously it's...
Yeah, like the stutter kid.
Yeah.
The comedian.
Oh,
well,
yeah.
That's half
of
of his whole gig is just making fun of himself.
Yeah.
I mean,
and it's funny.
I mean, you think about it. This is making fun of us.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, because like we don't live I mean, we obviously are serious when we have to be, but this is
we don't take life too seriously.
Yeah, like I mean, so you really think like if we were like worried about that stuff, we would call ourselves two tubs? Probably not. I mean, I did some TikToks tonight that were just like.
If you're interested in seeing Kellen with his shirt off, shaking his stomach, check our TikTok.
Or bro, or a little bro.
I don't know. That was stupid.
Yeah, like hey, Brotato Chip. By the way, the camera
he's gonna do it again.
I don't really understand it. I don't.
So this is okay. This is how.
Okay, we're gonna switch topics here. We're gonna go on TikTok.
Yeah, I want to talk about TikTok.
We're done with it.
So first of all, the camera adds about 25 pounds.
That's false. It actually loses about 20% of your body fat on the camera.
210 right now. So about
anyway.
Okay, TikTok.
Here's the thing.
Crazy.
I want to say one thing about TikTok.
Go for it.
I gotta fix my shirt.
Not a misconception. It's predominantly younger people.
Oh, okay.
But I will admit, when you start getting in the groove,
oh god,
it gets very fun.
You get sucked in, right?
There's some that are funny.
I watched Kellen tonight do it.
Yeah,
and he might be juiced up on ice cream.
Right.
But he was having fun making these videos.
You
know what I mean?
Right.
Especially like when us three are out here, it almost makes it funner because like. She's holding the camera laughing. The whole camera's shaking, and we have to do like 3 takes. And she can't stop laughing.
I almost peed my pants.
And I like those ones that you can tell are for fun.
Yeah.
Because obviously some there's just chicks.
Some
other
they're ranting or they're just.
That's a whole different.
Yeah, and it's like, I know you're trying to get followers and trying to become famous. Then the Instagram, TikTok, but the ones that like, there's some like I literally watched this one, and it's this guy that's. This one guy's like, "Hey, tell me about your truck." He's like, "I'm a man." He's like, "Oh man, yeah, like a big old truck." This guy's comment on it was, "This man is literally speaking cursive." Literally, but it's stuff like that, or like I got sent, or I got in trouble, or I got something that people made fun of me because I was blind. And I don't see it or something like that. Yeah. And then he tries to jump in his bed and he totally misses it and lands on his face. I mean, it's stuff like that, but you do get sucked in.
Oh, for sure. And it takes, you can like go down a rabbit hole and be like, oh, I'm going to look at 2 videos. Yeah. And then 2 hours later, which also I'm not proud of, but it is a crazy, there's just so much for your mind to take in. Like all of a sudden you're watching some funny video, then you're watching someone dancing, then you're watching someone crying because of their whatever, then you're watching somebody do a joke on somebody. It's crazy.
The only thing is, it could be like an hour.
Here's the thing. So we all basically started TikTok. I think you might have had an account before us. I'm not.
I didn't have like an account to make stuff.
But the whole point was we wanted to start doing like a few TikTok videos here and there, try to promote all the stuff we're doing.
Try to be hip with the young kids.
Being pretty fun.
Yeah.
And childish.
Yeah.
Well, I mean
we've only made those couple videos, but
it was fun.
It is fun, and and then I'll see something and I'll get an idea for like another one that we should do.
Yeah, you had a good idea. We're not saying it, but you had a good idea.
This is how I came up with the bro.
I don't know what
I know. It just came to my mind one night. Okay, so like
it did. He told me.
I was literally like falling. I was like, so you know how like before you fall asleep, you're watching something, and you start dreaming about it, right? So like I was watching TikTok because I was bored and just scrolling through it, and I usually just watch them, and I don't write on anything or anything like that. But so I'm scrolling through, and I'm and then I go to bed, and literally in the middle of the night, I was like, I'm a light sleeper, so I was somewhat like, okay, I'm falling asleep, I'm awake, but I'm asleep at the same time, and I'm like literally going through my head, like I'm like, I could do a TikTok that's like, hey bro, hey brotato, hey broham, hey Bohemian Rhapsody. Like, I mean, and then like,
I'm not gonna lie, it sounds really stupid when you're doing it
bro,
right now.
Hey bro flake.
But when he says it, the camera's like stopping and starting.
Yeah, so it's kind of
it's like almost
looking.
different video.
Yeah, and
whatever.
so, but it's like, I don't know, like that's how stupid. But it takes so many people out of their shell. Because like this, when we first started, it was like weird. You know what I mean? And it's like you can tell some of those people on TikTok are not used to being in front of a ton of people. And if it blows up,
I'll tell you what, man. When you had that shirt off and you were shaking your shit,
hey man,
you belonged. In
hey
front
man,
of that
I
right.
was
owned.
I'm telling you, I was living the TikTok.
I'm telling
life.
you what, I thought you've been doing
confident.
TikTok for years,
and then I
Right.
realized I needed to lose a lot of weight and
TikTok
get
fame is
more
coming up
muscle.
over here.
lot.
Yeah,
Hey,
but
hey,
it is cool.
I'll tell you one thing. If that video helps promote our cause and that actually gets out,
Fuck yeah.
I'll
Right on,
take it.
man.
I'll take it.
Damn
Yeah.
right,
I'll
dude.
take it.
It was awesome.
And if that video
Go
gets
check it out.
if that video
check it
gets
out.
hits, you're doing one.
What's our thing?
I'll
Two
tell you what.
tubs?
Two tubs.
Here's the thing.
It's on two
with
tubs.
two B's and it's just one word.
All right. TikTok, check it out.
Yeah, it's
Find
literally
it.
spelled
We
like
don't
this,
have
just
any
at 2 tubs.
followers, so you could be the first one.
We're making videos
Yeah.
for nobody right now.
We don't even know how to get followers on there.
If you see this
making videos to nobody.
and you're our first
Please,
follower,
yeah.
say
Go-
something. We're gonna get you a prize. Some merch.
Yes. Go
Some
make
merch.
a
We
TikTok.
don't have any merch,
We
but
got,
we'll
we'll,
get you
we'll have
something.
merch. You're gonna get it for free
Right.
if you're our
We-
first follower on TikTok.
We
So
don't
make sure
truly
you message.
understand
We
it.
if
don't
you listen
understand anything.
We don't know how
We're
to.
winging this whole works.
Yeah, like
Right.
We run this giant corporation and don't know what.
I'll tell you one thing. If this all takes off somehow, and I don't know how it's going to take off.
Oh, it will.
I think eventually, if we keep doing it, it will take off. But if it takes off somehow, like, it's going to be amazing because we just, like, wing it on all the,
wing
like,
everything.
on the media, social media. I mean, we have ideas coming up.
Oh, we have so many
and,
ideas,
And
So
they're
many
actually
ideas.
really good ones. But
Yeah.
it's like, when I was doing that stuff, it's like, hey, I'm doing it for the talk.
Yeah.
I don't know what you call
Well,
it. You know how you do it.
probably
how you
not
do it
that.
for the. You know how
Tick.
you know how you say you do it for the gram.
Oh.
You know,
yeah.
like I'm doing it for the top.
How about
you
the
know?
TT?
Yeah,
Wow,
TT.
you guys are pretty.
Yeah,
That's,
I think
the two tubs.
TT.
Oh,
Ooh,
I like
God,
that.
Lord,
Yeah.
Anyway,
But there's such like cool stuff on there that you can see, like these really neat like people dancing or singing or whatever. However, there's some real messed up stuff on there also, or like
yeah.
very inappropriate. And I know they're trying to be good about taking stuff down and this and that.
I think they're one of the better ones. about
Yeah, but like when I'm like scrolling through, like I'm go from watching like some cool like here's how to do this video and a fun dancing video, and then all of a sudden somebody like sprouting off all these bad words and talking about bad stuff. Or I shouldn't say bad, but inappropriate stuff.
Yeah. Yeah,
and where I'm concerned is that I'm an adult. Even some of that, I'm like, geez,
Well,
I
I
don't
mean,
really
how
want to
much-
listen to
here's
this.
the
But
issue.
no, just wait. But that I'm a teacher. I teach 3rd grade. Almost all of my class
Have TikTok.
talks about things on
Yeah.
TikTok. And as far as I know, I don't see any way that you can filter what is seen on TikTok.
Well, that would be the parents' thing, right?
Yeah, but on TikTok, there are no controls
There isn't
about
any
what you can
parental
see.
controls,
And
yeah.
so if you're on it, you can be just like me, scrolling through, seeing this dance video 1 second, and the very next video be somebody talking about doing something bad, like
Yeah, sex
and-
stuff. and-
right, which
yeah.
is a lot of it. And it's like, to me, like I don't have any kids, but that's a huge concern.
And I see a lot of them that are doing sex stuff
That's
is
what I was
under
gonna
18
say.
years old.
Yeah.
Here's
A lot of high schoolers.
There's a few
that are
issues
doing-
with TikTok I have, and the major one being what you just said. It's like, and I
A
do,
lot of
here's
underage
the
kids
thing,
doing
and
things
here's
that-
the thing: I understand them. I understand they want to make a career.
Yeah.
I mean, this is some serious money we're talking about. We're not talking about $40,000 a year at Costco or whatever it is.
Yeah.
So I do understand them, but it's very inappropriate. It's their lives.
And some of them.
I don't like them.
Yeah.
People. It's almost like, I'm not going to say prostitution.
Well,
but you get what I'm trying to say.
But think about it. Think about what a gold mine for pedophiles TikTok is.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
I was going to say, first of all, a lot of times you don't know what the person's age is. A lot of those kids, though, I think just want to be, and I mean, every kid somewhat strives for it, whether they say it or not, wants to be popular in high school.
Yeah.
So
that's everything.
So this, she's popular on TikTok. Like, I go to school with this girl that has, 50,000 followers on TikTok.
Yeah.
But then you do have these older guys that just, sex. Let's message this person or something. Or titties, and then just keep going through.
And it's not good at any young age, anything that's underage. But I do believe, like high schoolers, they're probably talking about that stuff anyway.
We were.
Exactly.
We were.
This is just now they're broadcasting it, which seems dumb, but whatever. But I'm talking about these young kids that this is the stuff they're seeing really that now ones. They are thinking this is the norm.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if you grow up seeing that kind of junk in your face
as
a third grader, and that's what your friends are talking about, TikTok on the bus, this and that. I don't know. I hear him singing the song. That one, like, what's that like?
So basically any song ever.
Yeah, but you know that one.
And
there's a TikTok with that.
And then it goes to Pornhub.
No, not that one. There's just a different one, and like the words to that is all about like I don't remember what it is.
I have no idea what you're trying to.
Oh, okay.
But the thing is,
I'm saying, would you want your
of course not.
Third grader to see the stuff that you've seen?
Of course not.
But like Austin said, that is a parent thing. Like, hey,
that's a
log out of it on your phone if you're gonna.
It really is.
It should be, but then it should be to be like you can't have a TikTok.
Oh yeah,
there's no way to control it, so you can't have it.
You just log out because they don't know how to get in.
Yeah, they have their own accounts.
No, that's what I'm saying. But that's a parent thing that says, you can't have this.
And I shouldn't be giving advice to anyone about parents. But if you're a parent, like, and you're of a third grader that has a phone, you're not checking his phone, her phone.
You should be, but I'm saying that I don't know if. TikTok is getting big enough right now where I think a lot of people do know about it, but I'm thinking maybe there are people who don't know that their kids have that app.
Well, and that's the thing.
That's a possibility, but grab the damn phone.
Well, you should. You should.
What if
your third graders should have
and this is happening a lot lately. You have this, let's say, I don't know what age this happened. 14-year-old daughter, 17-year-old, 18-year-olds texting this, right? You know what I mean? This is stuff you should know about anyway. You should be checking your phone.
Isn't it crazy to you, though? Like, okay, even when we were in high school, if girls couldn't wear, like, spandex or leggings or whatever, and their shorts had to be longer than their fingers and stuff like that.
Spaghetti top
then all of a sudden,
straps.
Even 5 years ago, it was wearing short shorts, leggings, tight, see-through, tight shirts. We never had that in high school. And we graduated a while ago, but it wasn't overly long time ago. Well, now you have these girls that are in high school, some are even in junior high, wearing barely anything, and so you just wonder, okay, now they see that junior high girls think, okay, now it's all right to have sex, or to dance like that, or not wearing.
Oh, I think 100%.
And that's what's so hard, and that's what I think is so hard for these parents. And it's not even like, okay, yeah, my daughter's doing this or something like that, but it is for the people that are pedophiles that can go on there, that can go on there.
How do we get on this dark side of TikTok?
I don't know. I brought it there. There we go. Bad news again.
I was stoked. You guys brought me right down.
I know.
It's like, what happened?
We got sucked into the TikTok craze and how fun it was. Man, there's
pedophiles
a lot of
and creeps. What the fuck happened? But okay, I'll say this.
What?
It is fun.
I do think there's a lot more funny stuff than there is huge problem stuff.
No, I do too. And
100%.
And 100%. I think it just depends on what the audience is, and hopefully it's an appropriate audience. But so some of the videos, and not that there's a ton of these kind of videos on TikTok, but so like thinking back to like the good side of things. So like I said, I'm not a very sensitive, I shouldn't say that. I think I'm a sensitive person, but I'm not like a...
Cries all the time.
No, I don't. I never cry. I'm not like a sappy person, okay? But there are like 2 different kinds of videos, maybe a few more, but like that really get
Can I
me
guess them before
all the time.
Can I guess them before?
Okay, you can guess one.
The first one is when people talk like they're the dog. Or
No,
the dog
okay.
doing stuff.
That gets me as like in funny. Like I can't control my laughter. That is.
I thought you're talking about Sappy
when they
ones.
like.
Yeah. She
I
does
can
not.
just picture her
and,
dying.
and baby ones, like baby ones, and that
They
she
like do a voiceover,
like she
and a
geeks
dog
out,
is just like probably barking, but they do a voiceover.
not even barking.
Of
It's
what
just
they
doing like mouth, like just opening its mouth.
I don't know how they get it so good. It looks so.
Well, they
good.
record the dog and then they voice it over, and she literally will laugh for
It's
20 minutes.
You want to do it
funny.
right now? Open your mouth.
Like.
Okay, Ollie. I'm hungry.
Like, well, that's what it's like, and she goes off the handle of how.
Okay. Yeah, those get me. Those are funny. But I was thinking more like on a, I mean, inspiring, good, and like almost get me to cry kind of videos, but in a good way, not a like.
Is that like that
bad
song
way.
you had me play earlier, like something with that, like the
No
Survivor one or whatever?
No.
I don't know what you're
No, but no guesses.
No, I
Okay,
was thinking you thought
one
we were talking
are
about
like
comedy.
military coming home videos.
Oh, well,
like
I thought
Well,
you don't really
for
see that on
everyone. That's
TikTok
not
though,
like
do you?
a couple.
I never
but
see
like
that on
when they
TikTok.
come up on anything or whatever.
Oh yeah,
those
that
get me
that gets
every
me too.
time.
That
But I
gets me
love
too.
it. It's so happy. I love it, and I just
didn't think that was on TikTok. I
and
never
then
saw
the
it.
other kind that I guess these aren't really on TikTok either. So whatever.
So you didn't even let us give us a chance.
Okay. Like when it's a sporting event and
They break
there's
their ankle.
no. Okay. It could be that like somebody gets injured or hurt or something.
What the hell?
I don't know where she's going.
Where are you?
Okay,
I am so lost.
finish it
So when
off.
somebody ruins their ankle,
She starts crying in a good way.
God, I love that ankle.
No. And when
I was just joking, and that took a
Yeah.
okay, well, I wasn't going towards that, but
Okay.
since you
Okay.
said that, off of that, yes, if somebody gets hurt at like, like their last whatever sporting event of their career and then they get hurt and the other people help them. Like if
like
they
good
let's say
sportsmanship?
they like
the
they,
last lap of the race instead
yeah,
they
they
help them
can,
up. And
yes,
get
yes.
them over.
But
Good
where
sportsmanship.
the first thing I was going to say with the good sportsmanship thing until you said that was like when there's people on a team that have like special needs and then the teams work together to like, they
Let
get
them
to
score.
shoot a basket or something.
Yeah.
Those
And
get
it makes
me.
their life.
Those get to me.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Okay,
I was gonna.
can I-
Where the hell is she
can I
going
go
with
to the
this
dark
ankle
side on
thing?
this?
Yeah. Jesus.
This is gonna.
This is about the
Please
funniest
don't.
fucking video I've ever seen in my life. I know you've seen little kids on a football player. I don't.
Oh, the blind or the.
He's blind, deaf. I don't know what he is.
On a football player?
Yeah, they let him play football and then
He gets absolutely smoked.
just gets.
It's not. It's not real.
destroyed.
It's not real.
So like,
but it's
it's fake.
Yeah.
It's not a real
But it's
video.
funny as
But
hell.
they hand him the ball. This little kid, he's just
So-
they're like, yeah, go get a touchdown. And then this guy just comes flat, and someone's like, ah.
So I wish
It
we
was
had
kinda
enough
awesome.
technology because you know how funny that is. At a game, an indoor football game, this like a couple weeks ago or something, down in Chicago area. Like obviously I follow all the semi-pro and stuff around here. They let a blind guy run the ball.
Like
and,
you're being
and-
honest.
For real. So it's like I think he might have not been totally blind, but for the most part.
Yeah, legally
So
blind or
on an
whatever.
indoor football field for like not a big arena, it's like an indoor soccer arena with walls, like the indoor sports center. For here, the guy gets the ball. His teammates were supposed to lead him to the end zone, and somebody like wraps him up to act like and he turns and he runs full bore into the sidewall and just falls over, and everybody's like, "Oh." And I laughed so hard. I felt so bad, but it was like it was so funny because it's like this guy's going full bore and doesn't realize there's a wall there, and just hits it. You
You
like
feel bad,
yeah,
but
like
it's,
you
like,
feel
funny.
Yeah, like I mean, and that's the thing. And I used to work with people with special needs, and they used to make fun of each other all the time.
Yeah.
Like, and I obviously wasn't gonna make fun of them, but it's like they have a good sense of humor too. So
Yeah,
like
right.
I know like that guy's probably like, why the hell did you guys let me run into a freaking wall? And and so I mean it's just like stuff like that's the sense of humor stuff. Like it's pretty freaking funny, but I don't know. But now since I don't have any sports, I'm gonna have to freaking watch like.
We're gonna have to
Netflix.
come up with our own entertainment. Hey, we bought a bunch of games, board games.
Whoa.
Oh yeah,
So we gotta have some game nights.
Game night.
What are your favorite board games, like childhood board games?
Childhood one?
Yeah.
Number one is always going to be Candyland. That's my biggest memory.
Is that your
I was
number
little.
one?
I loved Candyland.
Also, the sticker's been on my shoes since we began.
What is the sticker from?
Last
Are they
time
new
you had
shoes?
something, you had a sticker. Or
Yeah,
something
I
on
did
your
have
shoe,
some
too.
on my shoe last time. That's staying there. But yeah, Candyland, because I believe that's be my first memory playing a board.
What was the Princess
remember.
Gumdrop or something?
Yeah, I
Gumdrop?
think-
No,
I think
there's
we're-
Gumdrop. That was
I just
like
know it was a
little
very
mod.
basic game
It was
with
easy.
colors.
Yeah, colors. You
It
It was
can't.
like Chutes and Ladders.
That was more complicated, though.
Yeah, because you had the ladders and.
Not much more, but it was more complicated.
I had-
Battleship.
That was
Yes.
good. That was a good
I like
game.
that
I like
strategy.
Battleship.
Old school. We didn't have the nice sound ones, but I got pegs and stuff.
Yeah, where you just say,
Oh, you
B,
hit my
B5,
battleship.
B5.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like Sorry.
Sorry, it's good.
She likes Scrabble.
I
or
like
Scrabble.
Trouble.
Trouble.
I don't
Trouble.
like
I
Scrabble.
meant Trouble.
I don't
was
like.
thinking Scrabble.
I don't like those thinking games
Yeah,
so much.
Scrabble's-
I don't like any
Scrabble's
game I
so
have
hard.
to.
You got to make words in it.
It is hard. I don't like that. I like Trouble, but my all-time favorite when I was a kid was Candyland.
Yep.
See, I think
But
when
But I believe that that's like nostalgic because that was your first childhood memory. Well, that's how
Like
I
game
see it,
playing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
see, I think my first
Princess
games that I
Lollipop?
remember that weren't
Might be. I don't remember.
was, I don't know. I seriously don't remember. I don't think we played many board games when I was a kid. Like I just
You guys ate a lot of food.
that is true.
Oh.
My stepdad and my mom are both a really good cook, so I did eat a lot of food.
Dude.
But-
Tim's
Alfredo.
Alfredo.
Oh,
Shrimp
I have
Alfredo.
not had it.
What?
We should just go up there
No,
from
like the
some
thing
weekend.
is, I don't know if you can ever make it again.
Oh,
he was
made
so
it again.
drunk.
He made it again.
Oh,
He was
When
he was so drunk and just
Go from
whistling.
go
but
from
it was
board
like,
games.
Oh my
to this.
god! I'm sorry, I flipped.
No, it's not.
But Tim, if you're watching,
He'll,
you're amazing.
so
cook.
you gotta get my stepdad drunk. And
Oh my
he'll
god!
so on
I
Alf-
think
on,
Tim would be a good guest.
on
Tim would be
oh
awesome.
yeah
Well,
yeah
you
he
get
would.
fired up about
Yeah.
politics. A little
Oh
bit.
yeah, if you talk politics, he'll go off. But it's like when he gets drunk, he doesn't care about anything really. So on his Alfredo, you got to cook it really slow and soft and stir it and for forever. And when we were up there for New Year's a while back, we had king crab, and then we had
lobster. Was it
Lo-
lobster?
no, it was king crab, and then we had shrimp Alfredo.
The shrimp Alfredo. Was
And it was like freaking wonderful. Like some of the
it
best,
was
probably the best
was
Alfredo.
the best I've ever had.
And he was pretty freaking close to it at the last.
And he was
New
pretty
Year's.
close to being drunk.
Oh, he was.
pretty
No, he
drunk.
wasn't pretty close. To
It
being
was,
drunk. He was drunk. that was for sure.
All right. Well, we're gonna wrap her up here. But here, one thing. We're still looking for guests.
Yeah.
Why not? We're gonna set you up right over here and chit chat
Yeah,
with
we're
us.
gonna
have a
build another
conversation,
wall
have a
and
good
stuff.
meal, have some beers, whatever you're into.
Tell us if you're the first TikTok follower.
Yeah.
You're our first TikTok follower. When we get merch,
We're gonna
First
do.
one's going
We're
Send
gonna
us
do
a message.
soon.
Send us
We're
a
gonna do
message.
like Facebook giveaways too.
yep, we got a
Try
lot
to
of
grow.
giveaways planned.
Try to grow the YouTube, the Facebook page, all that stuff, and hopefully,
So we're gonna do the whole like, share,
especially if we're supposed to be like
and-
quarantined in houses and can't.
Then we're
go
gonna do
anywhere.
like I think we're doing a couple $100 gift cards. Is that what we're doing?
probably 50, like probably three $50 gift cards.
$350
and then-
ones,
yeah.
whatever. And we're gonna do like.
Yeah,
Subscribe to our
so-
YouTube. That's what we're trying to push. is our
so-
YouTube.
For anybody that gets this far, if you do,
Yeah.
the thing is,
So
probably,
all 8 of you.
yeah, so probably
Support
like
it.
2 to 3 $50 gift cards right away for just liking and sharing our Facebook page.
Yep, then we're gonna see where it goes.
After that, we're gonna do like $150
Yeah,
gift
we're
card
gonna
to
up it,
wherever
but
you
we're
want.
we're not gonna do it if no one's
If-
interested. In it.
Yeah, if you subscribe and share our if you subscribe to our YouTube
YouTube.
and share our, you can either
and
share
share
the
the post.
Yeah, and share the post. So those are going to be our big giveaways because we want to grow this, make it more exciting, bring guests on.
We're
and
trying to
stuff
make
like
this
that.
more interactive too. So, Callie, I never got to talk to you about this. I talked to Kellen about this, but I was thinking we could do fun things that, like, for instance, like we don't really have a logo. So I think it'd be really cool once our base
Have a
gets
guest
higher.
make a
Sure.
logo.
People get
We
to-
could have like a competition where they can make a logo for us,
Yeah.
and then if they win, obviously we use it, and we'll give them a few $100 for it.
Yeah, that'd
something
be
like that. That way it'll just be fun and
For all you artists
be
out there.
yeah, it'll be very interactive. If you guys are interested in that, leave a comment.
Yeah.
Other than that,
we got some things coming up.
We're gonna rapid fire a couple more podcasts off in the next few days here,
and hopefully have a good set.
Have a good set going. We're gonna do a lot more TikTok stuff, so make sure you follow that. That'll be fun. We're starting up a portable outside. We're gonna start doing outside.
Or we
stuff.
can someone stream and stuff.
We can live stream. We could do a whole bunch of fun
videos,
stuff. So we're gonna really try to broaden our what we do. So
we're gonna show you what we actually do in our lives and
how
stupid
it's
some
almost
of the
gonna
stuff
be like
is.
a VOD. I guess a personal video diary VOD with us three. We'll kind of just chill and
a vlog.
Fun.
Huh? No, it's personal video.
Vlog, like a vlog. No, like that. Yeah, it's a vlog. But
or POV.
Yep. Well. Pornhub. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. So stay tuned. We're Two Tubs.
All right, stay healthy, everybody.
We're out of here.
Yo.
Coronavirus free.